If my last video could be construed as Duel Links is dying, then this one is definitely a Duel Links is back moment because we've had the introduction of character deck duels officially in Duel Links. Now, this is a lower powered format, right? It is loner decks only basically. You can upgrade slowly over time in limited quantities. Now, I think to me, this feels a lot like the Psychic Card Battle 3DS game, where you had loner decks and you improved it over time by getting newer versions of it, and it feels like that in a PvP environment. But it's so much better than we could have hoped for. So there are 9 characters on release: Yugi, Kaiba, Jaden, Jack, Yusei, Jaden, Zane, Yuma, and Reginald, and all of them come with a lifetime mission for a free structure deck. If you were one of those anime fans that complained that when you look at a character and you get this really bad default vanilla structure deck, right, and you complained that it wasn't like anime representative, this is technically us getting there, right? They give you a full, complete, free deck you can take in to the ladder and play. And you've got staples in here like MST, you've got Book of Moons, you've got Fiendish Chains. There's a whole lot in here. Now, each deck comes with a brand new exclusive skill to make the deck work a bit better in this lower powered environment. And so, what they've kind of done is they've taken the learnings from Legacy Duels, how we like some parts of the format and how we loathe some other parts, and they've hopefully tried to make a really cool middle ground and have this really nice casual ladder. The new players can jump to the game, get a structure deck, and just play the game. And so between all of the 9 decks so far, right, new players have got access to a huge amount of free, kind of decent cards for not only PvE, but also this PvP event, and PvP in general. Right? They've got a nice little star package too, you know what? If Blue Eyes is good, then you've got a nice, easy Blue Eyes deck, right? You've got Dark Magician, you've got Red Eyes, giving us Fusion, giving the Insight. This one, I think, does kind of double up on the new player deck, I believe. You've then got, like, Hero, Cyber Dragon, give free Cyber Emergency. That's a relatively new card, given out for free entirely. Again, staples like Book of Moon, Cosmic Cyclone, all for free. Sphere Karibo, Book of Moons again, Synchro Overtake, you've got Fiendish Chain as well. Like, there's just so much here given out entirely for free, and it doesn't stop there. There's a brand new currency called Respect Orbs. Now, you earn these for every 1,000 Duel Assessment score you get playing in the PvP environment, up to 30 orbs per day. So there is a limit. However, you can exchange them for cards to upgrade your decks. And so there's a bunch of cards in, like Dark Magician's not available in the base deck, right? That's a structure deck card. You've got Cyber Dragon Nova, Dark Arm Dragon, Ice Dragon. There's a lot of cards in here that aren't available in box chips and wouldn't be for years anyway, right? And so they can kind of tailor pick cards to reprint to give out for free, and you can come in here, earn your orbs, and just buy them. Now they are 30 orbs per card. There isn't a scaling system like in Duel Links China for box chips. It's like box chips in Global where it's one card for one price, which does kind of suck, but again, you know you are just going to be going for the ultra rares or whatever. But this is a really cool new way to get box cards, right? At least some of them, right? And I think that's fine because we know they're going to be bringing more characters out over time. And so as more cards come to the format, then this will improve. And you'll be able to get cards easier, which is neat. You can also exchange your orbs for items, and this resets every month. And so every month you can get 500 gems, which is more than you get for playing to King games in Speed Duel or Rush Duel, right? That's kind of crazy. This brand new, casual, new player designed format is more rewarding in a way than playing the main format. That seems a bit backwards. You can get a bunch of gold, you can get 100 box chips, 100 Chronicle chips, which is really cool, and a brand new EXP item that lets you unlock a 1 level for any character. So if you save them for when your characters are, level 40 plus, use them, instantly get that card, get the gems. It's taken 10 years to get any kind of item like this. Even like paywalled, right? This isn't a thing. So they've taken 10 years to give us an item they could have been selling for years now that would have made them money, but they're doing it for free behind a new player event, which is really cool. There's also stamps, which no one cares about, but there are star chips. Now, these are grade stars, and you can get up to 5 of them per character. What these do, these unlock the ability for you to go in and edit the cards in your deck. So I can go in now, and because my grade star is 1, I can now change one card for something else. So I'm going to go and put in, you know what, let's go for... Oh, it's kind of awkward, right? Because the Dark Magician requires a fusion spell. So, can we, like... Oh, we can't, like, remove and then, like, add, right? No, okay, so you can only, like, change one card. That is interesting. Ooh, Tamias actually would be good if we had more space, right? So we can go, look, if we go remove this and then go and put in this, it doesn't work, right? So we've got to have Grey 2. So I think we put Baldante in, and we go and put in a Book of Moon, for example, right? And we'll take out... Sure, we'll take out one of the offerings, right? So, but we've got a nice bit of interruption for decks that can use it. And so we'll go in, we'll play a game or two, and see just how we do in this brand new format. And, like, overall... The response to this has been unanimously positive. Right after we just had that video go out where Duel Links in the worst spot because of character unlocks being so far time gated right at the gate, we've now got a really good new player experience. The only real downside is it's behind Duel Links' clunky UI. And there's a bit of a glitch right now. Well, not really glitch, but if you dismantle all copies of the cards and you don't pay attention to the fact that you're dismantling your base rarities, right, your non-glossies, your non-foils, then you are locked out of actually playing the mode, which really does suck. Now, there's a way around it. You can go in and change your settings to replace the cards because you're not meant to be able to build a deck until grade 1, so that does work out. However, that is like the only negative of this format. So let's go, yeah, these two will go and set face down. Offerings, probably, it's not really like an amazing start, but it is a mirror match, right? We don't know the player's name, and you never find out. It is just designed to be this roleplay environment. Yugi v Yugi, Kaiba v Yugi, etc, etc. Going for the Dark Magical Circle is fine. I believe the skill can be used on the same turn, right? If I had a monster, but I don't. So actually, that's not bad. Goes for the Apprentice on Summon. That's okay, that's okay. Activates the effect. Adds DM, we know that face down is probably going to be the navigation, and sets a second. Okay, attacks in, we're gonna... Yeah, we'll take the 2000 damage, right? We'll take the damage. And then for our turn, we draw into probably the best play possible. So let's go MST on the Magical Circle, because then when he does inevitably play navigation, it's gonna fizzle, right? Like, this is not gonna matter. This negate isn't live. That's perfectly fine. This feels like I'm playing Dark Magician back in 2020, when I really played the deck, right? Which is just, you know, which is nice, right? It's nice and fun. We can then go for Rod. Rod goes and searches for the Dark Magical Circle, and we are just going to go and play the old school DM build. Oh, Illusion Magic. The cool thing as well, actually, just like spiraling on here. This is only available one copy in Arcana at level 25. Because of the exchange and obviously the structure deck, you can now get 3 copies of this card, which doesn't matter, right? You're not going to ever play more than one of this, really. But the fact we can now get multiple copies is really, really big. And this is going to be getting another copy of Dark Magician of the Field. So we have got to, I mean, we've got expanded, right? So we can actually go and do some fun things here. So this doesn't really do much of anything. We're going to go and add to hand the navigation for next turn. That's okay. But we'll then go add this back, activate the navigation face down, and we'll go and start banishing some cards, right? So let's go Dark Magician, summon you, and we're going to summon into... Do we do Apprentice? Yeah, we go Apprentice, activate the effect, get to hand Dark Magician, Dark Magical Circle. This does nothing for us right now. We go banish that Dark Magician. We can then clear that one, clear that, and then attack. Yeah, that's fine. Add DM to hand. Expanded does give me some boosted attack points though, right? Which is only... Oh, in the graveyards. That's actually kind of relevant. It is only one at the moment. Is that lethal? That might be, right? The offerings go and destroy this Dark Magician. We then set face down navigation. We go to combat. We swing in with Dark Magician. We then play the expand in our hand. Hopefully, yeah, let's go with Dark Magic Expanded. This is going to buff up the living shit out of my DM to 35. Swing in, deal 14, deal 16, deal 2000, 4 lethal. We have won our first recorded game of Legacy. Not Legacy Duels, not Legacy Duels, it's Character Deck Duels. I think the name of the mode is a bit not great, and we earn some respect orbs, that's cool. Let's go and change our deck real quick and go to someone else unlocked. So we've got Kaiba, we've got Human Astral. Human Astrals is basically like the OG Utopia deck, right, that was playable back in like 2021, which is, you know, we've got our sister going on with your Force Focus, which is really cool to see. Now, is this going to affect things like Rush Duel, right? Because you've now got a third format, technically, they're splitting the player base even more. Potentially, right, given that Rush already does struggle to find games in COG, potentially this will make a bit of a difference. But I think that it's designed more so to be this entry point for players of the game, and I don't know how good that is going to be because of Duel Links UI, right? This needs to be like front and center, needs to be not like in the same list as every other PvE mode. So we'll see how that's going to work out. Let's go Sage again, discarding, sending us to the graveyard, and we're going to cheat out Blue Eyes, right? We're just going to summon into a Blue Eyes, and because like there's not much else we can do, right? We know Shark here is going to summon a bunch of Xyzes, right? Go for probably the Leviathan Shark, right? Also the cool thing as well is that you know exactly what cards are in the format, right? At the moment it's 9 decks, you know exactly the cards in the format, you know what to plan for. The only thing is you got to plan for is like what cards your opponent change out, right? Did they add in some more generic back, or did they add in a new boss monster, did they add in a bit more utility to the main deck, right? It's so cool how this format does like make you think about deck building in a little bit of a different way than you would do normally, right? It's kind of like a draft, and it feels like something Duel Links China would give us, right? But obviously it's not, it's in global, which is fantastic. And you know, between this year having the free UR pack every day for like 2 months, right? And having the new player decks, right, being the Sky Striker, the Heroes, and the like Galaxy back in September, Konami's been making some really, really good moves for new players, and just players in general, right? In terms of making the game more accessible. Again, it does suck that we have got, you know, that big time gap for the gate. But this is cool, right? And as we get more characters, there's going to be more structure coming to the game, going to be more cards available for free, and then more cards available via the exchange to get for free as well. So it's going to be very, very fun to see how this kind of evolves and to see the cadence of content they release. You know, it could be that they give us, you know, a new character every month. It could be that they maybe some months give you more cards in the card pool, right, to exchange for. Sometimes it's multiple characters. We don't know. Goes for the Shark Drake. So we are going to have to, you know, hit the hard life barrier at some point, so we don't take this damage here. But God, this was such a fun. It was such a fun deck, the Shark one, back when it released, right? And so you are playing a lot of these decks in kind of the ways you remember, but in a format that they make a bunch more sense in. I forgot this stops battle damage as well. Ah, yes, no, I want to do that. That was intentional, right? Yeah, there we go. Summon into the second Blue Eyes. So we can now go for our Twin Burst Dragon. We can now start to dismantle this board. So let's go first of all for Melody, which of course is going to add Blue Eyes, alternative, White Dragon, if we can get there. We can. We've got to do things a bit awkwardly. A little bit awkwardly. Let's go Polarization. I almost had Fusion. I've been playing too much Rush Duel. When I was first playing, so I was setting my back row thinking, oh, I'll draw 5 until my next turn. But no, that's not how that works. Go for Twin Burst. We'll play the effect of our Stone in Graveyard. It's going to add back to our hand a Blue Eyes, which we can then use to go and pop a card on the field. So, but do we want to do that? Right? Probably, right? Because I believe the Hope Woven Spider Shark can reduce by 1,000. Okay, and it does then special summon. I think what we do is we go play the alternative. Alternative goes and pops the Shark Drake. We then go combat, swing in. This then attempts to do the whole debuff thing. It doesn't matter, this card comes from a battle. We then banish it. And that was the correct way to kind of out this card, right? We then don't trigger the effect of the Shark Drake. He doesn't get a revive. That's good. He does still have a bunch of cards in extra deck. We are still not in a safe spot, right? Because we have used up some of our big removal. But let's see where things go from here. Can you out my Twin Burst Dragon? You probably can, right? You probably can. So you've got Bahamut Shark, you've got another Hope Woven, you've got your Black Ray Lancer. I don't think there's anything in here really that actually wins you the game, right? Ooh, Abyss Splash. Okay, becomes 48, deals half battle damage, attacks in, doesn't really do anything. Oh, but it lasts till the end of the opponent's turn. Oh, that's pretty big. That is pretty big. And he's going to scoop, because he knows he can't out my board. However, he could have... Oh no, I could have attacked in, right? Take the damage, banished, attacked. Yeah, okay, that was fine. That was my win entirely. I definitely saw the line and definitely didn't completely think I couldn't do it. And then we go through orbs, also completing these missions. You are supposed to be as well completing your cumulative rewards for ranked duels. I don't know if that's working right now, but overall, a really cool brand new permanent game mode. Kind of feels like Psycho Card Battle again from 3DS in a new form, and also weirdly Duel Links' version of Genesis, right? In terms of the fact that you've got a low-powered format, you've got no pendulum, no links, which I hope does change over time. Maybe not Salamangreat because they're just busted in general in any format, but surely we can bring some early pendulum decks to the game, right? At some point down the line. Just hopefully it's supported well. Hopefully there's no long droughts, and they realize they've got a really good thing going here, and they kind of keep promoting it, make it the focus, and hopefully does well. Anyway, let me thoughts down below on the format. I'm enjoying it. Thanks for watching. Adios.